To me, the Mini Racers Demolition Derby 3-packs are typically the weakest part of every Mini Racers 3-pack wave. For whatever reason, they have a strange obsession with not including Chester Whipple Filter and instead including a muddy Cars 3 McQueen that didn't even appear in the movie, and one of the other two cars is almost always either Fishtail or APB for some reason. Despite the fact that they've made a bunch of other Demolition Derby racers in the Mini line, it's almost always APB and Fishtail. Just compared to some of the other packs that come out, I feel like the Demolition Derby 3-packs are always the weakest link of each wave. But this pack is different in my opinion. Starting in 2022, they've swapped out their weird muddy Cars 3 McQueen for Rusty's Racing Center McQueen, and while it's still not a re-release of Chester, at least it's more accurate because this is the paint job McQueen had on underneath the Chester Whipple Filter disguise. This pack also includes Blind Spot. I already have two mini blind spots from a 10-pack and a 15-pack, but this is actually, I believe, her 3-pack debut, so it's nice to have some variety and someone who isn't APB or Fishtail. Thank you very much. And the exclusive car for this pack is Superfly. And honestly, he's not someone I ever expected to see a mini of. He's one of my personal favorite Demolition Derby racers, though, so I think it's really, really cool that he was released in this 3-pack. While I feel this is still the weakest pack of this most recent Mini Racers wave, I think it's a pretty solid pack, especially compared to some previous ones, like the very weak Clean Miss Fritter pack from earlier this year. And yeah, I honestly think this is one of the best Demolition Derby 3-packs in years. That's not really saying much. These other two releases still aren't that interesting, but at least it's something different, and Superfly is a very cool exclusive. Anyway, guys, welcome back to yet another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mini Racers Superfly 3-pack, so let's get started. Of course, I said I feel like this is, a pretty good pack. I still feel like this is probably the weakest of the most recent Mini Racers wave, but the most recent wave of 3-packs has some really good new releases. Finn McMichel, Holly Schiffwell, Raul Sarul, DJ finally, and it also has some really good re-releases getting put into packs for the first time, like regular Dynaco McQueen, Mac, and a bunch of other cars. But still, I think this is a pretty good pack, and maybe I'd rank the Rusty and Dusty pack below it, because we should have gotten Rusty with Dusty last year. I don't know. Unfortunately, this is the only new Mini Racers 3-pack I have from this latest wave so far, but hopefully I'll get the other ones soon. As you can see, we've got Superfly, Rusty's Racing Center McQueen, and Blind Spot. Now let's get these guys out of the package. Yeah, I didn't really expect to see a Superfly mini, but he's really cool to have. Superfly is honestly a car that means quite a bit to me. He's probably one of my favorite Demolition Derby racers. I was actually the first person to ever review Superfly back when he first came out in 2017, and it was my first video to do really well on my channel, so he does kind of hold a special place in my heart and in the history of this channel, and I also really like his design, and he's really unique for the minis. And if you know me, and you know my Mini Racers reviews, you know I always love when they choose really interesting shaped cars to make into minis. We'll get to him in just a minute though. Let's briefly go over Rusty's Racing Center McQueen. You've seen him before. Look, Rusty's logo. Wow, cool. There's a 95 on this Lightning McQueen. Who knew? Wow. He looks like Lightning McQueen. Why isn't this Chester Whipple Filter? Why do we refuse to put Chester Whipple Filter in our 3-packs? Where is Chester Whipple Filter? I want Chester Whipple Filter. And there is a look at the base. Now moving on to Blind Spot. Not really sure what I'm going to do with this Blind Spot. Like I said earlier, this is my third mini Blind Spot, because I think I got one from a 10-pack and one from a 15-pack last year. The duplicate I painted into one of the road dents from Ty's Cars 4. Don't really know what I'll do with this, but it is nice for people who don't buy the bigger packs and just buy the 3-packs, because this is Blind Spot's 3-pack debut. She's been out for a few years now, but definitely pretty nice to have. Got the number 10 there. Got, of course, the pipe sticking out. Pretty angry expression, pretty accurate to the diecast. Number 10, all these pink stars, very unique color scheme. A lot of people have likened it to Sully from Monsters Inc. Mystic Body Shop, Dent Service? Maybe? I don't really know. I think so. We have Dent Me written on the back, which is pretty funny. And then on the other side, we have Mystic Body Shop written here. I really like that our two sides have different writing. But that's how it is for most of the Demolition Derby cars, since of course they go for a very homemade feel with their paint jobs. It's just something that I think is really cool with them. Of course, she has two different sized wheels, or does she? No, I don't think she does, but she does have two different sized wheel wells, I believe. But yeah, really nice mold. All of the mini Demolition Derby car molds are pretty impressive. Seeing all those dents and detail packed into such a small mold is very impressive. And finally, we move on to Superfly here, looking very cool. Definitely a very unique car, very unique for the Demolition Derby. He's probably the most like souped up Demolition Derby car, aside from Miss Fritter, of course. Got a pretty calm expression for him. He's actually got an open mouth smile, which the diecast doesn't have, which is really nice. Typically, the minis for more obscure characters like Superfly and the other Demolition Derby cars just have the same expression as their 155 scale diecast, but his is actually different, which is really nice. Unless he has the same expression as the 2020 Superfly. I'm not sure. This is his original rubber tires release. Maybe the Made in Thailand one has a different face, and I'm not aware of it. I also think the Made in Thailand variant might have a slightly lighter color scheme, which explains the significantly lighter blue on this Superfly. We have the big engine up front here, painted fully black compared to on the original diecast, where you can see it's been sort of overused and has turned black over time. On the side, we've got the number 72. He does have two differently sized wheels, which is really, really cool. Got the number 72 there. His wheels aren't as green as they are on the original diecast, but they look a lot more sloppily painted, which is definitely in character. Number 72 up top, these sort of metal bands going around. The original Superfly written there. 72 on the spoiler. I love how he's supposed to have a wooden spoiler, at least it's supposed to simulate that. We have every 12-year-old's favorite thing to say while playing Call of Duty, get wrecked, written on his back. And then we have Superfly written on top of that nice simulated wood spoiler. It's raised up pretty high on the Mini compared to on the original diecast, or I guess it's proportionate to the rest of the diecast. And I don't know, if you look from this angle, it's sort of level with the roof of the car, and that is true with the Mini as well. It's just, you know, he's sort of an expanded shape. You know, he's not as long, he's a bit squished. So I guess the spoiler being taller matches with this part of him being taller. There we have the other side, the original Superfly written once again. And finally, there is a look at the base. A very cool exclusive car. Probably my favorite Demolition Derby pack in a while, just for Superfly alone. The other two cars I'll take or leave. They're going to have to make some big changes to make me interested in the Demolition Derby 3-packs again, but I think we're taking steps in the right direction. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.